Thanks, that was kind of shitty. We're gonna try that one more time. I'll just hide my face so you don't know it's me. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, put your hands together for John Gilligan! Thank you. That's so much better. That's so much more appropriate for what I want to talk to you guys about. Now, first of all, I had a routine worked out for everybody, but I got a telegram in the mail today. When was the last time anybody got a telegram? Yeah, 1950 something. All right? What the telegram had was a certificate from FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency. The Emergency Management Institute has appointed me the spokesperson for white people west of the Mississippi River. Okay, now, before I get into this, I just got a couple of questions. There's a whole table of Asians over here. That was not the question. Stop. Jesus Christ. What do you Asians have against dry feet? I can't drive 200 feet without seeing fucking foot spa. Why don't you like white people that have cracked heels? That's my right as an American to have white heels. All right, earlier Mike had mentioned being hospitalized. That is so cute, Mike. I don't want to denigrate your hospital visit, and for those of you who are like Mike, denigrate means to put down. I personally have been hospitalized over 22 times. Now, isn't that the stupidest number? Like, what's over 22? 23. So let's just fucking be on. That's just one of the things that gets to me. As the spokesman for white people, Google it. You'll find my picture. I'm that fucking white. There are a number of things they want me to explain to you guys, and it's a long story. And I'm not going to be that guy who's like, I'm going to make a long story short because that's fucking retarded. You with me? You got your head on backwards. You know what retarded is. Fucking ears tucked into it and everything. When somebody says to you, I'm going to make a long story short, does it ever happen? My grandmother used to do that. When she got Alzheimer's, she'd be like, John Patrick, I had to go to the doctor today. Long story short, fucking Jew thief. What? They gave me a list of stuff. Now, first of all, I'm surprised that they appointed me as the spokesman for white people. I got a question for you guys. Is everybody with me? Except for those loudmouth colored folks in the corner? I get to say that. It's on the list. Easy now. I'm the spokesman for white people. Do I come across as insane to anybody so far? Okay, that answers a lot of questions right there. I'm just going to cross some of that off. My wife is in the back of the room. She's the lady in the corner, the beautiful young woman sitting next to Trez. We've been married for over 20 years. Her favorite word for me is don't. Like, I'm just gonna bust out and do stupid things and she has to say don't. And I do have a history. Like, when my youngest son was born, we were gonna have his communion party at the house. I spent like 14 hours picking out little pieces of dog food from Kibbles and Bits and Bits. And I mixed them with peanuts and cashews and pretzel bits. And I called it trail mix. And I sat there and smoked weed and drank beer and watched all of my wife's relatives eat dog food. Everybody loved it. They were like recommending it, like, you gotta try the trail mix. Where'd you get this? I'm like, I got all the ingredients at the grocery store. It's very simple to make. A couple of months after that, we had a bad winter. We had ice storms 3 days in a row. So we had a party. We had a pina colada party, and we called people up and we said, bring pina colada mix or rum, and never thought to tell anybody to bring ice. We ran out of ice during the ice party. I opened my kitchen window and started snapping icicles off the clothesline and throwing them in the blender. But I ran out. Then I had to reach up to the roof and start snapping off icicles off the roof. Like 5 minutes later, people are like, East Coast, New York City. There's little bits of like grit in my pina colada. I'm like, it's not asphalt shingles, no matter what anybody tells you. Definitely not gonna be asphalt shingles. But the other day, we're driving down 215, and I see a Culligan water truck. And I'm thinking, the way it's spelled out, Culligan, it looks like Gilligan. If I could just get a marker, like a big fat Sharpie, I could change it into Gilligan. And she goes, don't. We're on 215. What am I going to be like fucking hopping out the window? Get the wheel and give me that big Sharpie while I take care of like fuck. I'm not that crazy. Now, I want to play a quick little game before I get out of here. I got to make a couple of impressions, but one of the things that I had to learn to be the representative for white people was to memorize people's names. All right? And they tell me you just pick out a physical characteristic about the person, and that's how you remember the name. So what's your name? Nod. That's your name? Nod. Mike. All right, Mike, you're going to be Mike. You know what? I'm going to remember you as Mike the Genius. Your name? Brittany. And like they say, like you should use a physical characteristic to remember whatever name just went in your head. So you're going to be Brittany Cocksucking Lips. Now, what's your name? What's your name?
You got 10 seconds.
All right, I'm sorry. Mike's giving me the light. I'm never going to remember both your names. I just wanted to make fun of you guys. Some of the things we got to apologize for in the past few years. Oh.